The Young and the Restless, Jack and Ashley ride to Tracy's rescue. Phyllis questions Summer's choices and Tracy demands the truth. In the jazz lounge, Jack listens as Alan asks Tracy to explain. He puts it on speaker so Ashley can hear them too. Jack tells his sister that's Alan, or Martin. He's with their sister now in Tracy's suite. Alan confronts her about her unilateral decision to cancel the wedding. She says she's merely postponing and never imagined he'd react with anger. He says he's hurt and confused. She confronts him about fleeing town to Paris without her. She wants to know what the surprise was that he had planned for her. He says it doesn't matter now. Everything's changed. In the jazz lounge, Jack tells Ashley she needs us now. They take off up the stairs toward Tracy's suite. In Tracy's suite, Alan asks why her hand is in her pocket. Is she hiding something? Tracy gets upset that their conversation has spiraled. She wants them to be on the same side. He thinks she was frightened of him when he arrived. She denies it. She's frightened now because he's so upset so quickly. He fumes. It's ruined. He never should have come back. Tracy says it breaks her heart to hear him say that. She asks him to leave before they say something they regret. Alan apologizes for acting like an ass, but something has changed. He could see it in her eyes. It was not the look of a woman in love. Tracy asks how she could look at him any other way. Alan says something must have happened. He urges her to be honest. I'll tell you anything you want to know. Just then, Jack knocks and calls out. Alan frowns and turns on Tracy. Is that your phone you're holding? Did you signal Jack to save you? Tracy exclaims. Why would I signal Jack to save me? Save me from what? She walks past Alan to open the door. Tracy cries as Jack walks in, saying someone really wanted to see her. Ashley hugs Tracy as Jack walks over to tell Alan his sister missed him while he was away. Ashley greets Alan and congratulates him on the wedding news. He says that may be premature. Phyllis arrives at Crimson Lights and finds Summer sitting alone. They discuss Harrison and then Phyllis senses something is going on. Summer evades by asking about her case. Is there any news? Phyllis says there are ideas and theories, but nothing concrete that the police can move on. There are no answers, but definitely a lot of questions. Phyllis brings her up to date on the latest theory about Alan. Summers met him at the Abbott house and can't believe that nice guy could be responsible for all this. She knows about the twin brother, which irks Phyllis because she didn't tell her. Summer still can't understand what it has to do with Sharon and Phyllis. Her mother explains that they think the twin brother may not be dead at all. Alan may have died, and Martin has been pretending to be Alan all this time. Summer gawps. The person who abducted her and tortured her was living in the same house as her son. Summer freaks out as Phyllis tries to reassure her, and then apologizes for making it about herself. Phyllis tells her Alan is out of the country and won't be back because he'll find out they're on to him. Neither of them understand why he did it, but Phyllis vows to look him in the eye and make him talk. Summer worries that Tracy is in a lot of danger. Phyllis has faith in Chance. She asks about their relationship, but Summer tries to evade the subject. Phyllis becomes more convinced something is happening. Summer sighs. She tells her mom that Chance made it pretty clear things are done between them. Phyllis recaps the drama and stress Summer and Chance have had between Daniel's case and hers. They never got to be a normal couple. Summer thought there was still hope for them. But Chance realized she's not completely over Kyle. Phyllis finds this amusing, but Summer explains Chance has noticed that she resents Claire being around all the time. Phyllis can understand that. Those are normal emotions. Summer questions, is that all that it is? I don't know. She can't ask Chance to wait around while she figures out her feelings for another person. How did I let everything get so messy? Phyllis gawps. Oh no. You're not going to try and make a play for Kyle, are you? Sharon's place, she tells Nick she's trying to remember if she said anything about Phyllis during her hypnosis sessions. Nick's sure she didn't, and even if she did, it wouldn't be a reason to lock them up together. Sharon worries that Tracy must be spiraling right now. Nick points out that they don't know if it's Alan or Martin, only that the woman he's engaged to thinks he's guilty. That's enough for him. Sharon talks about the voice taunting them. It felt personal. Why us? Nick is more and more convinced it's Alan. Sharon and Nick continue to go over it. Sharon marvels that Alan helped her to clear her name only to become her jailer. I trusted him. Nick points out that they all did, Chance included. Nothing about him seemed off. A knock comes at the door. It's Chance with news that couldn't wait. Chance reveals that they found a video monitor set up in the farmhouse. It was connected to the room in the clinic that Sharon and Phyllis were in. Sharon realizes he was never in the same building. When they were dying, he never intended to step in. Chance says they also found their phones. Nick asks if he's any closer to determining who was using it as a base camp. Chance says they're examining fingerprints. They're close. Nick asks what the next move is. Chance will get Martin's fingerprints from an arrest in Paris years ago. Suddenly, Chance gets a text from Jack that Alan is back. He tells them he has to follow a lead and exits. Sharon recaps that they're getting closer to the end of this nightmare. Nick says the monster who did this needs to be found and face real justice. Sharon's out of patience and energy. She's being worn down by these past few months. They have to find the guilty party and put him in a cell. This has to be the end of it. Nick admires Sharon's fighting spirit. He's forever impressed by her strength. Sharon feels she hasn't had much choice, but tells Nick it means a lot that he sees her that way. Nick will never stop believing in her. They need Chance to make a connection to Alan and to speak to the man very soon. In Tracy's room, Jack asks Alan why congratulations would be premature. He apologizes if it's about him moving the wedding to the house. Alan prompts Tracy to explain. She says she wanted to slow down. Jack and Ashley back her up. Ashley reminds Alan that he once told her it was good to delay gratification. Alan cuts her off and complains that he came home to a totally different woman. He wonders if someone said something to her to change her mind. Ashley assures him they all love him. Tracy asks why this is where his mind goes. Isn't he the one who wanted the dream wedding? Alan says the love is all that matters. He declares that he needs to clear his head and walks to the door. Tracy asks him to wait. She doesn't want him leaving so upset. She kisses him and assures him everything will be all right. He nods and leaves. Tracy starts to cry as Ashley comforts her. Jack checks to see if he's gone. Ashley tells Tracy that Jack told her everything. Tracy can't make sense of any of this. She knew when she told him that she wanted to postpone the wedding, the Alan she knew would understand. He got angry, but he didn't trip up. When she looked into his eyes, all she saw was sadness. Ashley asks if she's sure. Tracy cries. Did Ashley see something she missed? Ashley says she's known Alan a long time. And I'm sorry, Tracy, but that's not Alan. It's been Martin all along. I'm so sorry. Tracy sobs. She asks how she can be sure. Ashley says it again. He's not Alan, honey. He was trying to cover up his cockiness. Tracy breaks down crying. Jack calls Chance. Tracy tells her siblings she had to set up a test. Alan would have understood her wanting to postpone the wedding. She admits she was terrified when he came back early. Jack's thankful Ashley was there. She reminded him to be calm at the door. Ashley says Martin is incredibly dangerous, an unhinged psychopath. She learned in the clinic that it wasn't her fault she couldn't tell he wasn't Alan. Tracy laments her instincts. She fell in love with a monster. Ashley cries that she's sorry she didn't realize sooner. But it's not Alan, it's Martin. Tracy exits suddenly with an alarmed Jack and Ashley on her heels. In the dining room, Chance takes Jack's call and learns that Ashley is convinced Alan is Martin. He left and they don't know if or when he's coming back. After disconnecting, Chance spots him at the bar. Dr. Laurent, how are you doing? They shake hands and Chance asks if he'd mind answering a couple of questions for him. He complains that he just got off a long flight, but Chance launches in, saying there's a farmhouse outside of town linked to a clinic in Paris. He's on the board there. Laurent plays dumb. It's probably just a billing mistake. Chance wonders if he'll find his fingerprints there. He offers to fill him in on the interrogation on the way to the station. Laurent declines. Suddenly, Tracy appears. If you ever felt anything for me, you tell me who you are, right now.